Good morning, good afternoon, and happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy DeAndre Swanson coming to you live once again from the Oval Office, from the sanctuary. My spot up here, man, at Eisenhower Middle School. Blessed to be here. Happy Sunday. Got on here today, wanted to share another word. It's been a while. I've actually been shooting videos, just haven't been sharing them. And that's really because I think that I've been trying to, sometimes you get tired of the sound of your own voice. And so, when you do too much talking, one of my favorite rap songs, I forget my dude's name, but he on there with Freddie Gibbs, man. Sometimes it sound, you do too much talking, it sound like you selling something, like you trying to make people believe in what it is that you're selling, and you're trying to persuade and be persuasive. So I think sometimes, man, it's good to just speak, say what you need to say right up front, let it marinate. All right, so wanted to hop on here right quick today and offer up the word. The word for the day is going to be anticlimactic. Okay, this is a really big word. Okay, for all you nerds out there, anticlimactic, and basically what that means is that there's a little bit of disappointment or dissatisfaction that comes after a series of exciting events. Now, I want to talk about this in two different ways. Okay, from the positive and from the negative. Okay, I want to affirm some stuff, but I also want to contradict a couple things as well in terms of anticlimactic type of situations that happen in our lives. So the first one, okay, we may have some type of opportunity, a business opportunity, an opportunity in a relationship. There may be a guy or a gal you like or something like that. Or a chance that you have to do something that you think is going to be something positive that comes about in your life. And I like to use the relationship analogy because I think we probably have all experienced this at one time or another in our lives. We probably saw somebody or knew somebody that we liked a great deal. Like, yo, shawty fine. She got a nice job. She's well dressed. She carries herself this way. And we probably thought the world of this person, right? And then when we took the time, when we finally built up the courage to kind of push up on her and say something to her and got to talking and having a conversation, we figured out that, yo, this ain't it at all. This ain't what I thought it was at all. So there's a little bit of an anticlimax there because this opportunity that I had, I had this opportunity to go make 6 figures over in Japan or Dubai or something like that. I took the job. I uprooted my whole family. We left, we moved and got there. And it was the worst experience of my life. A lot of times we get into situations where we think this one thing or this one piece to our lives is missing. And then when we get that thing, we feel everything but complete. We feel everything but whole. So, and I probably shouldn't have said butthole, but anyway, that's anticlimactic. So, at the end of the day, it's I think, an important aspect for us to be able to kind of remove our emotion from situations and understand it and kind of see long term, what are the benefits going to be, and is this really going to be something that I think will be a blessing, not only to me, but to my family and the people around me. So that's one way in which things can kind of be anticlimactic. The second way, and this is one I don't think a lot of people think about, but I kind of got hit with this just on the way over from church. Sometimes I was having this thought the other day, right? When you are able, or when you can kind of step away from situations and remove emotion from situations, and when you can almost kind of shrink your ego and yourself, when you can get to the point where you do not appear and seem to overthink your own importance, how grandiose and how big of a person you are, you also get the opportunity to see that your problems really aren't that big either. I'm gonna say this again, man. When you can remove yourself from certain situations and things that you may be going through, when you stop thinking so egotistical, so narcissistic, and over inflating your own value, you also see that the problems and the things that you are going through really aren't that important, really aren't that big in the grand scheme of things. Because the truth is, man, there's always somebody else out here going through something worse than what you're dealing with. And that includes people who are looking at life and death situations. We all have things on the line and things that if stuff doesn't go the right way, man, it could be a problem. And then there's situations where this negative thing happened to us, or kind of came into our lives, and we blew it up and made it seem so important, and made it seem so huge, when we worked our way through that situation. We stayed faithful. We kept trudging forward, kept dragging ourselves sometimes through that finish line. You look back on those problems, and guess what? They weren't that big at all. And that is anticlimactic. Okay, anticlimactic. And so one of my head football coaches, one of the best coaches I ever had, Clarence Madden, he used to say this, man, and I see the wisdom in it. At 46 years, we're talking about 30 years ago, I heard this. When things are going good, you never get too high, and when things are going bad, you never get too low. Find a way to stay right here with your emotions, with your thoughts, and find a way to kind of almost be flatline. Let the good things be something that you draw from, that you draw strength and encouragement from. But when bad things happen, learn from those mistakes and allow for those things to teach you and help keep you grounded. So that way we don't have to go way back up here and get ourselves brought back down, man. So and I agree with that. I agree with that. Not only from a personal standpoint, but also from a spiritual standpoint, in the notion of the idea that, when God exalts me in due time, when I'm feeling low, he can bring me up. And sometimes when I'm feeling high, he'll remind me, hey, look at this, man. You didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? Come on back down here and get your mind right. So and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Some of the anticlimactic aspects of things that we think are important, whether those things be positive or negative. Okay, so there you have it. 7.5 minutes longest video I think I ever shot. Anyway, if you're reading this, it's Arm Day. It's the gun show. Yes, sir. We're gonna holler at you later. All right, peace.